Hey, welcome to the first lesson of Module 2, where we are going to find your energetic equilibrium, your maintenance, where essentially you eat the same amount of food as your body burns. So your calories would equal out, and in essence, the scale weight would stay generally the same over extended periods of time. We're going to use this number to then calculate our deficit in the next lesson. But first, we're going to break down the two types of people and the two types of ways to calculate this maintenance, because you will need this figure before moving on to the next lesson. If you already know this number, I would still encourage you to follow through with this just in case it's wrong, especially if you haven't seen success with it in the past. Otherwise, if you're very certain about it, feel free to go ahead and move on to calculating your deficit and see where you land. But first off, we have two different types of people. We have the people who are very avid dieters and exercisers. They don't necessarily have to be both, but they often go hand in hand. So we have extreme dieters, and usually cardioers are going to be the ones that have been dieting for extended periods of time. This is 4+ months at a time with little to no break in there, so that the body has already adapted to some of these changes and is now possibly giving you a bit of resistance in a way. And so we will have to approach that quite differently than we would somebody who has not undergone extensive diets and exercise protocols in order to accomplish their goals. So that is the second classification of person. If you are not familiar with extreme diets and exercise, then you will want to follow the general population calculation. So go ahead and pick which one of those you fall into, and then we will go ahead and break down the different methods that I recommend for you to find your maintenance, because this is the absolute starting line of any and every fitness journey, really, and will give great insight into why certain things do or don't work for different people, even when they're the same composition or height and doing the same things. So go ahead and move on to whichever one you are, whether you are an avid dieter and cardioer, or whether you are general population just starting out, getting ready to start a new journey and start fresh. Okay, I'll see you in there.